Welcome to the HeroClix Cafe. We have another Friday night. We are going to be live streaming, and then we're going to follow that by an auction that's already going on. I'm Howard Brock, and I am very, very excited. Maybe you can hear that in my voice. We've been very busy this week. We are less than a week away from the Rock Cup starting. Less than a week away from seeing all of my good friends from all over the world in HeroClix Nation. Scott Porter, Dennis, all the gang that I've been playing with for 15 to 20 years. So it's always this is the best part of HeroClix. The best part of HeroClix is that we get to 2 or 3 times a year have reunions. And my first experience with anything like this in organized play was a big pre-release back. Mutant Mayhem, I think, was the first. Actually, it was Mutant Mayhem was the very first big pre-release I went to. Back then, we didn't have them in stores. Stores had to be specially selected, and so the nearest pre-release that we could go to back at that time was 3 hours away, over 3 hours away. So we took a group of like 10 people or so and went to a pre-release. In Douglasville, Georgia. It was over 100 people. It was the first big thing I ever saw in HeroClix, and it made me aware that I was part of a larger community. And some of those people are still my friends today. I still know them. And that led to going to conventions and to other things. And now it's like we're just a big family, and we all know each other. We do have some black sheep in the family, and we know who they are, but they're still our family. So anyway, I'm very excited because we're just days away. I've been working all week doing the last things. I'm working. We're getting the trophies together. We're doing the last minute paint jobs on the Scott Porter figures that we're putting up for auction. I've been moving the tables around. I've been getting everything prepared. I think I'll have I think that the cafe will be prepared on Monday. We got to do last minute ordering for food. We got to do a last minute order for some inventory to have in the store for the cup, and that's going to be happening all next week. So it's going to be a busy week. For those that don't know, I will be playing. I usually play once every year, and last year I opened up to twice because I couldn't resist playing in the sealed tournament pre-release, and that's actually not even true. It was a pre-release because it just the same as this year, and so I played in 2 events. This year I'm going to do 3 because I want to play in the Rock Regional on Thursday because I just so happen to have designed a Silver Age team that I like a lot, and it just so happens to be themed. So I'm gonna get to play in that on Thursday, so I'm excited with that. It's a little bit different, and we'll be participating in those events and having a little bit of fun. And outside of that, just hanging out with people and doing things and making sure everything's taken care of. Hey James, hey George. So I do have a lot of news to talk about. I mean, like I said, we've been getting organized, which I think we're more organized this year than we ever have been. Partly because I've got stuff from WizKids a little bit earlier, and it allowed me to become better organized and be more prepared. If you give me just a little bit of time, I can be very organized. When you get stuff all at the very end, it makes it very difficult. So we have almost everything there. I still have maps coming. From Gamer Maps, who this is probably the first year that WizKids has beat a lot of the prizing. Gamer Maps is a little earlier, but it's coming. I'm not worried about them. We also have, we still have a case of King Thor's, a case of, what is the other one? There's a case of King Thor's. Oh, an Iceman. They're on the way. Still got some more Disney bricks coming, which you're like, why do you need more Disney bricks? Because I've got 72 of them sitting there in the store, and we also got a few more little things coming. Today I got in the bystander tokens. I didn't think about it, but I wished I would have brought one. I would have showed you the bystander tokens that just came in. That was designed by Scott and PJ and Lucas. They're the anti-Scott Porter pogs. It stops pulse waves, so I thought that was kind of interesting. They're out to get Scott, and they're trying to one up him. But they're anyway. So those I got in my possession today. Still got more, like I said, still more stuff coming in. But for the most part, we got the bulk of it there, and we're ready to go. I do have some news. People have been asking me about states, and they've been asking me about the provincial tournaments that we do every year. And we started off, we wanted to do 2 this year, and I said that's not going to happen because of the availability of pricing. And then I've been talking to Whiz Kids and requesting, and they said and the word was, hey, we're going to support you, we're going to do this. But for something like this, more than one party has to get together. You have to have the brand manager who knows where everything's at and how much they got allocated going where. Then you have to have the VP approve it, and then you have to have the event coordinator saying, hey, he wants to do this. And anyway, they sent me an email and gave me some options of what we could, of what they could do, and the options were varied. It was using a chase set and putting some other stuff together with it so that we could run it right away. And then they also gave me the option. So what the problem is that we now know that we're going to be using chase sets in states. We now know that we're only going to do it one time this year. We now know that the state factory sets that we're getting, factory sets that we're getting are for some current and future factory sets, because they don't have enough of the current factory sets to be able to run states now. So they gave me an option of doing a staggered states, meaning that I could run some now, I could run some a little bit longer, and I opted not to do that. I opted not to do a staggered states. I want to run it all at the same time. Now, for those that remember from last year, we had 3 different sets. My preference would be to only have one set. I would rather have, like, we had Batman team up, and we had, I think, we had X of Swords, and we might have had some Spider-Man. I don't remember. There was like 3 or 4 sets that we had. I had most of them. Most of the sets were all one. I think Batman Team Up was one of the sets that we had the most of. And so when I get, all sets are not alike, meaning that you've got one that's got all the constructs in it, and you've got one that's got legacy cards and one doesn't, and one's got team up cards and one doesn't. So I had to take all of those sets, Avengers Forever. I had to take all of those sets, and I had to balance them out against each other to make sure that 1 through 16 got the proper pricing. So where one set was short something, I had to fill it in with like con exclusives or something like that to make it work. And it did work. We made it work. So it makes it more difficult on me, because I would prefer just to have one set that everybody got, and I could just price it out accordingly. That's the pro part of it. The con part of it, when I'm getting 3 sets, is I have to do a little bit of juggling. The pro is it keeps things interesting, because it means that you could play, say, in a state tournament in South Carolina and be playing for one set, and then go to Georgia and play for another set. So it keeps it. Maybe that's a good thing. That's one of the pros about it. But nevertheless, I would still rather have, just for me personally, I would rather just have one set. That being said, because they're future sets, that means that, and I didn't want to run it staggered, that means we're going to have to wait a little while. Hey, Dennis. Good. I'm glad you're here, Dennis. So I've got to look, and I know the sets, and I can't tell you the sets yet, but I know the sets that they told me that I can have, and when we were talking about this, I didn't have a release date time for all the sets. And even if I'm given a release date, we still have to be careful, as anybody knows that's been buying HeroClix for years and years and years, because things sometimes get delayed. Things sometimes they don't get delayed, and then a boat spills over or whatever. So we have to be a little careful in making sure of our release dates for states, making sure that it works right. So I got to look at those, and then I should have a pretty good idea really by the weekend. I'm hoping to run it. I'd really like to run before Worlds, so Worlds feeding with states, provinces feeding into Worlds. It's a possibility it might be afterwards, but in either case, it's going to happen. It's going to be a fantastic event. We're going to go worldwide with it, just like we did last year. So it's coming. So initially, I thought that we were going to get this done, that we were going to have it, June, July. That's not happening now because of the product availability. Now I could do it June or July, but I would have to do a very modified. I feel like the pricing is better to wait. I think we have better pricing by waiting. The options that I was given to run it now were not as good as the options were if we waited and what we would get by waiting. So I'd rather wait. So that's what we're going to do. It will be modern age. We won't be in silver age season. I did ask for next year to be involved or be considered in the planning to maybe where they ordered more factory sets in consideration of being able to run twice or once. And there's also a possibility that next year I sit down with WizKids and we come up with a whole different type of pricing for states. It may not be factory sets. It may be something else. But whatever it is whatever we do next year, it will be good. And again, I will start. I actually have somebody that's a little bit more attainable, meaning that we do have a event coordinator again. And he's very easy for me to reach out to, and he answers, and he's very knowledgeable. Well, I say he's knowledgeable, but he's not knowledgeable, meaning that he's got a job to do and he knows what to do, but he's also coming in and he's learning a lot. In fact, I think that we maybe are helping him a little bit, just like everybody else, and bringing him up to speed on what we do and how we do it. And I've got a huge amount of HeroClix experience and knowledge from 20 years of the way WizKids did things and the way we've done things, and I think I kind of know their philosophy and how they want to and what it needs to be done. If I think I got a pretty good grip on that by now. So anyway, I help him. His name's Ryan, and he communicates really well to me, and I think that he's been a good addition to WizKids, and I hope he stays there for a while. Anyway, so that's what the plan is. So you guys, if I told you that you generally by listening to this live stream, you hear about things before anybody else does. I like to come on here, and that's the kind of the benefit to be able to watch this at night. You get to hear about things that I know, things that I can talk about before anybody else, before we make an actual public announcement. So once I get some dates pinned down, because of the set releases, I'll publish more information. But you can rest assured that it looks like it's going to be toward later this year. It's going to be one states. It's going to be modern. It's going to be factory sets. It's going to be 3 different factory sets, and obviously, some of these have not been released yet. Upcoming sets, which I think that might make it more exciting. I think it's more. I think it's better to be playing, or more fun to be playing, or more. There's more interest in playing with something that's current or close to current, versus playing with something from a year ago, which, even a year ago ain't that bad on a factory set. Factory sets are just awesome, period. I've always loved them. So anyway, that I hope that gives you some little bit of clarity about what's going on. what's going on in the future for states and provinces, and why everything took place the way it did, and why it's taken me so long to get things done. I also I've been waiting for prizing to be put into prizing to come to me for rock kits, and I had there's some little confusion on WizKid's part. Um, I've got all the stuff still coming, of course, but I think that some of the people were confusing the Rock Cup with Rock Kits, and so anyway, we should be having that very soon, and we'll have a great addition to kits and the prizing in kits. There's going to be some really good stuff when that happens. Once I get the prizing, or really close to when I'm getting the prizing, you're going to see me doing a lot of solicitation. I'll be doing email blasts and Facebook blasts and everything else, talking about the new stuff that we got in and why that people should be running events and the benefits to running the events in their stores, and hopefully we get back to some semblance sometime this year to what we were doing pre-COVID, because again, I've been preaching about this. What I'd really like to see is more in-store play, more stuff going on locally, and I'd like to. It's not what it was. We're not close to what we were. The pros right now are that we've got new players, which I think that's great. There's a lot of new faces from prior to COVID, but we also lost a lot of venues, a lot of stores. From COVID, and some of the communities have not recovered from COVID. I don't have any news in the judge program. Aaron has been kind of taking that that's been kind of his thing that he's been doing, and he told me in the last several weeks that he was about ready to launch that. I'm not totally. It's not one of my priorities, and I'll tell you why. It's something I want to go back to and get the judge program in place, but I want to get events going. If we can get the events working, we get events going, then I'm going to be hot to trot about getting judges certified. I just think that right now it's really important to get events back in stores. It's just not enough. There's just not enough of local play going on. Big play, big events seem to be pretty popular and be. I don't think we have as much as what we once had. I know back in 2017, that was the year I won the world championship. That year, we were playing in a lot of events. That would be my son and the team that was playing here. We pretty much could every weekend or every other weekend drive to an event somewhere. People were running super qualifiers, winner maps, WKOs, everything. There was somewhere to go within I want to say a 4 to 5 hour radius around us. You go to Mississippi, you go up to Kentucky, we could drive over to Atlanta, we could drive. I know that my son and I went to a WKO in South Carolina and had a blast. Been to Cincinnati, just all over the place. There was stuff to go and play at, and the first step is to get small local play going strong again, and then expand upon that and get slightly the mid-level events going again. And those will feed better into the bigger events, which are happening. But we, again, as a HeroClix player, if you want to play HeroClix, you should be able every weekend to go play somewhere. You should be able to go play in an event of some size and stature every weekend, and that doesn't exist for everybody right now. It once kind of did. I mean, there's always some place or some guy out in Southwest Wyoming that has no place to play, but but for the most part, at one time, it wasn't pre-COVID, if you want to play HeroClix on any given weekend, you could go play somewhere. So anyway, that's it on that. Trying to think of some other things that I can talk to you about. I can tell you that the pricing is awesome. I feel when I go back into my warehouse or my little office where I've got all this pricing sitting around, I feel like King Midas sitting on his gold, because there's so much stuff sitting there. It's just incredible. I mean, you're looking at figures. I'm looking at cases of figures that I know every one of the figures in there is worth $100, and you're sitting there looking at a case that's worth $6,000. Oh, I got something to say. Okay, I want to talk about this tonight. So I don't know who's bidding on what, but what I did tonight, and I did publish this, but what I did tonight is that WizKids sent us. I got 72 bricks of Disney Next, with 16 more on the way. And we were told that WizKids was pretty certain that we were going to have Kevin's in these. Now, if you don't know the story behind Kevin's, the Kevin's, from what I'm understanding, is that they didn't get spread across all of the shipment. They shipped these big orders all over the place, and the Kevin's didn't get mixed up enough in all of them, and they ended up being basically on certain pallets, and those certain pallets were not the first to ship out. Apparently, as more time goes on, you should be able to see more and more Kevin's, from what I'm saying. Well, this stuff that I've got at the store that we're playing battle royals with is supposed to have, they feel very strongly it's got Kevin's in it. So I grabbed a case off of that pile. So this is our best chance. This is our best chance tonight of being able to pull a Kevin that we've ever had. I'm hoping that I've grabbed a lucky case and that there's a Kevin in here. We have, this is straight from the pile that just got shipped to me from WizKids, and there's a decent chance we might pull a Kevin. So if you guys are bidding, understand that this is the best shot that you've had at getting Kevin since Next Phase has been released. So just know that. Also, I want to tell you that now that ain't a guarantee that there's a Kevin there, but there's a possibility. Now, I haven't had a chance to talk to Dennis about this yet, but Dennis is coming up on Tuesday, and he's going to be with me all week. He's going to be helping me and having fun and doing Dennis stuff. Howard and Dennis are going to be doing Howard and Dennis stuff, which is always fun. And that involves HeroClix and having a good time with each other and doing some good eating and maybe a little bit of drinking. But we're going to have a good time next week and just have fun with each other. But we do this live stream every Friday. And so next Friday is Cup Week. There's a possibility, and I haven't talked to Dennis about this, and I may go ahead and do one next week live from the Cup. We did one last year from Worlds. I think there's a good possibility that Dennis and I will do this together again from the Cup and on Friday night. I just want to make sure that it's. I'm pretty sure it's possible. I know what we're running on Friday. It's not something that I'm participating in. It's something that I think that we should be able to work around and take a break and be able to do a case break. So we should still do our live stream. So that means you'll get direct news from the Cup from us, and we'll be able to tell you what's going on. I like them both about the same, Dennis. They're either one of them is good for me. I mean, you got to understand that if you want to know what I am, I'm a Jack and Coke guy. I love Jack, which, by the way, we're going to drink some Jack and Coke when you come to Alabama. I'm just promise you that. I'm going to have Jack and Coke. So be ready. Anyway, look for Dennis and myself next week live from the Rock Cup. Still doing our case break, our 2 bricks. Well, we'll do that too. We'll do that too. I mean, I like it. I mean, you've bought me some stuff. I have to show you my bottle of Jack. I've got a huge bottle of Jack that I bought actually on a cruise back a few years ago, and I've not opened it up. But this Jack is bottle of Jack is about that tall. It's so big that you can't hold it and pour it. It's set on a stand with a swivel, and the swivel tilts the Jack forward so you can pour it out. It's a huge bottle of Jack. What options are for sale for adult bevies at the store, Howard? I pretty much. I mean, it's just I've got a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll be making an order this weekend. We carry a lot of Gundam. We carry sideshow statues. We carry pops, HeroClix. We carry just pretty much all the hobby supplies. There's not much that we don't have in the store. I'm a little low on Games Workshop stuff because I'm doing some changing after the Rock Cup, but we carry a little bit of everything. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Just depends on what you want. I've got a Ghost Rider statue that everybody's going to ooh and ah over. So I'm be surprised if it. I almost expect it to go. I know I had a Dark Phoenix last year that went. I think I had a dragon there last year, Dennis, that you probably remember. It was the one from the D&D dragon, Tiamat, the one from the cartoon. And that sold a few weeks ago. It finally sold. It sold for, I believe it was $1,600. But we sold that, and I've got the best thing I got in the store right now is the Ghost Rider. But we sell a little bit of all kinds of stuff. Alcohol. We just do beer. We have a lot of local beer. So we don't sell alcohol. We just sell beer. So if you like beer, we got plenty. A lot of we have beer. Yeah, we have all that stuff there. That it'll be there to buy. It'll be there. I'm doing just fine, Dark Shadow Raven. How are you doing? We're on the tail end of the auction. I think we're in overtime. We're 2 minutes into overtime. Or has it? I don't think it's totally. Yeah, it's still got a few boosters being bid on. But as soon as it ends, we'll jump into the boosters. Jay Major just jumped in. Jay Major wants to. He heard Kevin, and he ran over here. He's trying to get a Kevin. I don't know if Jay, have you had a Kevin in your hand yet? Have you actually seen a Kevin? I think he's listening. He's in the Auxxit room. Just curious if you. I've not seen. I posted a Kevin on Facebook, but it wasn't my picture. When we do pre-releases, I usually get all my pictures in. That sounds like it. That's what Jay does. But I've not actually seen a physical Kevin. I've only seen pictures of them. And when we did our pre-sale, we didn't even have a Kevin. We had the customer actually reached out to me before. Hey, Miguel. We had the auction ended. We had a customer reach out to me when the auction ended, and he was privy to what was going on with the Kevins. And he says, I don't want to cancel my order. When these Kevins come out, will you just please send me one? So, figures, Dennis. Where'd you get yours from? Wait a minute. You seem like you told me. Where was it from? Where did you have Kevin from? Kevin, are you in there? Come out, come out. I'm going to be so stoked if we get a Kevin. Hey, Gracie. Wow. I don't know, man. These bricks seem heavy to me. Either I'm getting weaker or there's big things in here. They just seem heavier to me than normal. Maybe Kevin weighs a lot. Maybe Kevin's in there. He's been getting fat. Why nobody can find him. I hope you do, man. All right, so before I open this up, let's go ahead and go over the bounty. We got a decent bounty started. So I think this is 1 week's worth. So we're going to go in and add some more stuff in there. Hopefully I can not duplicate things. Let's see. I'll throw in this tarot card. And don't ask me, I'm going to butcher this name. The Hierophant. So I'm going to throw that in there. Human Torch team up card. Red Shift legacy card. It's really weird to open these things up and not have legacy cards on the outside. I was kind of excited when I was stacking up the Deadpool bricks at the store that we had legacy cards back again. It's just weird because I'm so used to grabbing. I'm used to grabbing that the legacy card and throwing in right off the bat for prizing, and it just hasn't worked out that way for this set because they didn't put any legacy cards in there. All right, so I'm gonna put this figure in there. This is an interesting figure to me. It's from Deadpool and X-Force. I wanted this figure to work, but I never could get it to work the way I wanted to. I wanted to build a team, and it just never seemed to work out. So, Swarm super rare from Deadpool and the X-Force. Let's throw in Captain Avalon from X of Swords. I've got all these tubs of figures. I'm working on another tub upstairs of stuff that I just got. So there's always going to be more, which is a good thing, right? Some of these things, I mean, when I put these down here, generally it's because I have so many of them. But some of them, it breaks my heart to give away because there's still value there. And they are still, I mean, for example, I have a lot of Nick Furies, okay, which isn't worth as much as it used to be. I mean, but there was one time that you couldn't buy a Nick Fury for under $30, and he was on every team. And so I see it now, and I'm like giving it away. It just like, damn, just doesn't feel right. So what if the Captain? That was the OPLE from the Captain, I think from release day. Come on, where are you at? See the figure I want? Don't see. Oh, here we go. Got some more cards. Maybe she's over here. I found a Prime that I want to put in here if I can find her card. She's an interesting Prime. Doesn't have a whole lot of value now, and she had a little bit of value at one time. She's also from Nick Fury. And I don't see her card, which means it's got mixed up somewhere else. But I was going to throw in a Peggy Carter. Oh, wait a minute. Here's some more cards. There we go. Peggy Carter Prime. This figure was a good figure. It just, people don't play it much anymore, but it had the ability to shut off powers, which was why it was so good. Someone throw her in there, so we got a Peggy Carter Prime. And there we go. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to Regenesis, and I've got a Wolverine. We'll throw that in. Got one more tub we'll jump into over here. It's a big tub, so I don't really want to pick it up. All right. Cards have got turned around. This tub is probably too big. It's too big. It's so big. Makes it hard for me to match the figures up. There's more cards. There's more. Well, I know how to make this easy. Let's just do that. Yeah, we'll just grab something that's already got the card. So this was a judge prize. It's that was released back when we did the Galactus storyline event, and this is Lambda 0. So still in the package. So that's a decent little thing. All right, let's get some. Let's crack the brick and see what we can do. I haven't picked the bounty figure. We're about to, Thomas. What you should do, Miguel, is if you have a list of stuff that you want, you should send that list to me beforehand, and I will pull it before you get there and have it all ready for you. I've already done that for a few players. That does a couple things for you. It makes it where nobody buys what you want before you buy it, and it makes it where everything's already together and you don't have to wait for it. You just walk in and say, I want my stuff. And I say, right, here's your stuff. And you're good. See, I'll give you that treatment, Miguel. But when Dennis shows up, I won't take orders from him. Dennis has to show up, and when he says he wants something, I make him go pull it himself and find it. And ring himself up and pay me money. That's the way it works with Dennis. He doesn't get any special treatment at all. He gets the opposite. As soon as I mix these up and number them, we'll pick out the bounty figure. So I like to know this. I like to know how many people that are watching are coming to the Cup. So if you're coming to the Cup, say yes. I'd like to see how many people are watching the stream right now that are coming. Just say yes, whether you're in the HeroClix Cafe, Auxxit, or whether you're watching the live stream, and if you're on the restream chat, just say yes. There's one. Hey, Jason, that's two. Jason Alvey is probably, he doesn't know this, but he ought to know this. Jason's actually one of my favorite people in HeroClix. And the reason that he's one of my favorite people in HeroClix is that we go back to the very beginning of Rock. When we were first starting Rock up, Jason contacted me, and we ended up talking over the phone about Rock and how it worked, and he wanted to get involved. And he was the judge at Big Bang. And when we we're starting off. He had a lot of questions, and we went back and forth, and he was very excited. And he was actually at the venue. They were running HeroClix that night, and he was talking to me, and there was a bunch of people in the background. And he, as he was talking to me, he was telling them things, and there was a sense of excitement in the air. He was excited. The people in the back were excited. I was excited, and they ended up running their first tournament, and it was a big success. And for a while there, I would say Big Bang was probably the premier HeroClix venue in the country. They were getting a lot of draw. They were getting a lot of people go to it. They were running stuff regular at there, and Jason always did a really good job running events. And he and I have been friends ever since. And anyway, so I'm glad to see him. I'm always glad to see him. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got a few people typing over here. So we got 6 or 7 people coming. So that's great. I know I've got notified today about 4 people from Oregon coming. I know the Whiz Kids World Champion from Mexico is coming with his brother. Dennis is coming from Mexico. Whiz Kids is coming in. The people from Huntington's, 2 Auxxit people are coming. The whole 9 yards. All right, so I need a super rare. I need somebody to nominate a super rare. The first double nomination that we get of any super rare will be the bounty figure. Let's hear it, guys. What we got? Man Thing, Elsa, Porcupine. Elsa it is. Second nomination for Elsa. We're going with Elsa. All right, so that's Elsa, not the Prime. The Prime doesn't count. It's just Elsa, Elsa's super rare. Just want to clarify that. All right, so number 1. Now, if I call out your name, guys, or I say, not your name, but if I say, who's got this booster, please speak up, let me know. Generally when I do that, actually always when I do that, it's something good. So I just like to know who's getting it. All right, so here we go. We are looking for an Elsa. We're also looking for a Kevin. We're hoping that we had the magic tonight, that I reached over in the pile that is supposed to be a lot of Kevins in, and that I pulled a brick that's got Kevin. That's what I'm hoping. I'm going to be very, very excited if I do. If the screen goes dark, that means that Howard ran with the Kevin. Just letting you know. That's what it means. Okay. All right, we got a common She-Hulk, common Kate Bishop, a uncommon Runa, a uncommon Saracen, and we got our first super rare for the night. We got a Abomination. Got the big guy. Kind of know you got him when you open up the brick. I don't know how many of you guys were playing back in the day, but we used to have modems and modocs in these bricks, and there was no doubt when you had a modoc or a modem in a brick. No doubt at all. All right, so that's number 1. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, right off the bat, who has number 2? Who won number 2? I'm looking for number 2, guys. Who's got number 2? Speak up. Say me, 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 me. All right, Trevor. All right, you got the first big win of the night. We have a Clint Barton common, a Maya Lopez common, a Yelena uncommon, Maya Lopez rare, and you got the Chase She-Hulk. Congrats on that. That She-Hulk is pretty good. I haven't really seen anybody take uber advantage of her yet, but I think that she's pretty darn good. Makes me want to play her now, just to make her work. All right, number 3. Yeah, James Stover, it wasn't you. That's the biggest thing. It was not James Stover tonight. Did you bid on anything tonight, James? Did you win anything? All right, now we're going to number 3. Okay. Well, so far we've got something and everything. Okay, we got a Baby Groot, common, a Verusa, rare. We have a Jen Walters, uncommon, a Wrecker, uncommon, and we have Trick Arrows. That's booster number 3. Moving on to booster number 4. It can be, Gracie. It can be. Wait till we have the... wow, we're on a streak here. Wait till you see what happens on the bidding at next weekend. Which, by the way, I have everything loaded for the auction, for the Saturday night auction for the Huntingtons. I think there's 230, 40 items. I don't know. I did it. I finished it up last night. I'm going to post it pretty soon. The only reason I haven't posted it yet is because I need some verbiage, some words from WizKids on a few of the items to make sure that it's the disclosures in there they're supposed to be. I've been talking to them today. I should have that really soon, maybe even tonight. And if I do, as soon as I get that, I'm going to add them to the few items that are there, and then I'll post it so you guys will be able to view. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. You might, but maybe over the weekend you'll be able to view the items. And of course, the auction starts on Monday night at 6 o'clock. You guys don't forget that. This is a longer auction. It will run from the first month at 6 o'clock, or 8 o'clock rather, 8 o'clock Central Time. It'll run from 8 o'clock Central Time on Friday. And I think it might be 9 o'clock. I don't remember. It's either 8 or 9 o'clock Monday night, and it ends on 8 or 9 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. Moon Knight, common. Harrow, uncommon. Mr. Knight, common. Layla El Flacoy, uncommon. And we have another super rare, Scarlet Scarab. So the first part of this brick is getting a lot of action. We have, so far we've pulled something in every brick. I mean, every booster. All right, so number 5. Yeah, that auction's big. It can get really crazy. A lot of sniping. I know that the switch clicks usually ends up being 1 or 2 of the last items bid on, and it ends up being a battle. I mean, I remember that one year going like an extra half an hour people bidding on it. It was crazy. All right, we got a Donnie Blaze rare, a Jack DeQuan uncommon, a Mel Blonsky common, Demon common, Tracksuit common. First one without a super rare or better in it. A lot of cool things in this auction. A lot of never before seen things in this auction. That's the one coming up. I'm sorry, not this one, but the one coming up. All right, we're on number 6. We got a Jack DeQuan uncommon, She-Hulk common, Demon common, Kate Bishop common, She-Hulk rare, and a Abominist Island. I wouldn't mind being on that island myself. All right, number 7. For those coming to the cup, when the auction ends, we usually always have some other items that we will be putting up for people to bid on. That's going to be the case again this year. There'll be some stuff that only people at the auction are going to be. Now, it's not anything that we haven't put up already. There'll just be probably some more of the stuff, but just for the people that are attending, they'll be able to bid. I mean, like I know Jay Major, I don't know if he's still here. He bid and won on a Battle Royal, for example, with Scott Porter, and so there will be more stuff like that. All right, so we got Kazi common, Maya Lopez common, Saracen uncommon, Yelena common, and we got Kingpin, which is a good rare to play. The prime is really good, but there's nothing wrong with that rare. I've faced him in battle, and unless you have certain pieces, he's really hard to deal with. All right, number 8. In case you all missed it, we did name a new super rare today, and it's Elisa. And we have not, so we're looking for the super rare, not the prime version. Alicia and Wong, common, leapfrog, uncommon, Madison, rare, red dagger, rare. Red dagger is an interesting piece, and Hulk, common, very good common Hulk. There's decent pieces in this set. There's pieces that can mess with you. All right, now we're going on to number 9. That sounds good, man. Just Facebook Messenger me on it, and we'll get it together before Miguel. We'll get it together for you before you even get there, so you'll be all set. All right. So this one, it's got the cards all turned all kinds of ways. We got a Valentina uncommon, a Kazi common, a Baby Groot rare, and we got a Trick Arrow. Trick Arrow, I guess we'll call it a super rare. I don't really know what you're supposed to call it. It's got the super rare symbol, but it's got the but it shows as a common. But I believe that they figured it in as a super rare. Again, if you don't know it, you should know it. You need at least 3 sets of, or 4 sets. Is it 3 sets or 4 sets? I don't know. You need 3 or 4 sets of trick arrows. However many that you're allowed to play or to put out is how many you need. All right. So Miss Marvel common. This is number 10 and the last one. Miss Marvel common, Tracksuit uncommon, Moon Knight common, Mr. Immortal uncommon, and we got a rare Clint Barton. Okay, so Kevin has eluded us again, but we still have another brick left. Come on, man. Kevin, be in here. Kevin. I want to see it, Kevin. I just want to have one in my hand just so I can. I mean, if I do pull one for somebody, I promise you, I'm taking a picture of it just so I have it as a as a stock photo. If I ever do get a Kevin again. And I remember people talking about when Deadpool, that there was something similar happened with Deadpool. I don't think Deadpool was this bad, and I didn't have a problem back then. I had Deadpool Ultra Chases. But I know it. I remember it had a problem similar to Kevin, but I don't think it was as bad as this one. This one is just really nuts. I guess we're just going to have to sell out next phase to find out where the Kevins are, and if there are Kevins. I still don't think that there's but maybe a couple of handfuls of Kevins so far. Outside, I mean, I know that there are some coming in the retail chase boosters, and I know there's some in the factory sets, which, by the way, we do have factory sets that I can guarantee you that is in that has Kevins in them. So we have factory sets as prizing, and we have I know at least one factory set of next phase up for auction. So if you really want a Kevin, you can own a Kevin. It's just how deep are you going to go in your pocketbook, or just win one. You know, just be that guy. Just kick everybody's butt. Yeah, we got to add some more prizing too. I was about ready to jump straight into the boosters and skip the prizing, but we got to add more. let me put these out and I'll grab some more stuff. You have 3 of them? Yeah, I don't think they were nearly as hard to get as Kevin. Now that could change. It could, and I mean, if they're what they're saying is right, we could all of a sudden just see a bunch of Kevins coming in, but it ain't happened yet. It still ain't happened. We'll see. This I need to take upstairs. All right, so I got a Mr. Fantastic team up card. We'll reach over here. We'll grab another Wonder Woman Legacy card. I don't think I put this one in the piles yet in a while. And since we talked about her, I'm gonna grab her. Now, what's great about this figure is that it's not a bad play piece. You definitely know it when you got one, but it's almost as good as having brass knuckles, because you can take that and you can knock somebody out with this. That's a handful, and it's heavy and sturdy. So we're gonna put a modem in. The modem is from Age of Ultron. Like I said, when one of those was in a pack, you knew it was in the pack. No doubt about it. I don't think I put one of these in here. I have not. So we're going to put convention exclusive. We'll put a Zatanna in there. Now, Zatanna isn't one of the things that I've got like a gazillion of. Not everything that I put in here is stuff that I have like enormous amount of extra stuff. I do like to just mix in a little bit of stuff that does have quite a bit of value, and so you guys are getting some good stuff. I mean, I think it's all good, but I mean, it's I like to put in. There, let's do her. I just had her in my hand. So this is going to be a super rare from Xavier. It's Venus D. Milo. But I like to put in some better than average stuff also, to keep a little bit of excitement going. Let's see, are you down there? I don't see you. You're usually pretty easy to spot. Don't see you. Yeah, I do see you. Alright, we'll throw in, I believe this is from Avengers Assemble. Yep, we'll throw in the Hood. Now, that's somebody I don't know a whole lot about. Hey, Wes, what's up, bud? You mean as far as pricing goes? We really haven't been following that, but yeah, no, you'll get the teams and the sealed event. The sealed event definitely does not. The teams, I may throw out some points for the teams. I don't think we put that in. We didn't say that. You're right. I'm gonna throw in. No, I'm not, because you don't have a card. I'll look into maybe adding that on the teams. I'm not going to put it in the Scott Porter event though. What are you coming up all week, Wes? Are you going to be here all week, or are you just coming in for the weekend? Well, there's the piece I just had. So I guess we will do that one. So I got a Green Lantern. This I believe is from DC 75. It is. Wes, I don't know if you heard me. Are you coming in for the whole week, or are you just coming in for the weekend? Wes isn't too far away. My group will be there Friday through Sunday. Okay, cool. Wes just is a couple hours from here. He literally, if you really, really wanted to, could drive back and forth every day. Not saying that you'd ever want to do that, but he could. He's close enough that he could come in and go home that night if he wanted. A little bit of a longer drive, but it's feasible. So that's going to be it for our prizing here. Let's go on to number 11. Hate y'all are missing the Wednesday night event, man. The Wednesday night event is going to be good. All right, so we're going to number 11. Let's see what we got. We still have the bounty figure. The bounty figure is what's the girl's name? I forgot what it is. Mine's going blank. It is Lisa. The super rare Lisa, not the super rare prime. We have Trick Arrows again. Madison rare. Yelena common. Mr. Immortal uncommon. Clinton Barton common. Doesn't that sound like a booster I just opened? I swear it's like Elsa. I don't know why I'm saying Elisa. Elsa. I don't know if that sounds like the booster I ended on, like number 20. Sounds like 11 was not 20, but number 10. 11 and 10 sounds like the same booster. Elsa. We're looking for Elsa. Number 12. Kate Bishop common, Jack DeQuain uncommon, Lucky rare, Yelena uncommon, Clinton Barton common. So we didn't start off with the bang like we did in the first brick. We pulled all the goodies right off the bat. So if you haven't had yours pulled yet, you're like happy about that. All right, number 18. McConnell, I believe you're coming in also. What day are you coming in? All right, so we got a tracksuit common, a Nikki Ramos uncommon, a Leapfrog uncommon, Jack Russell rare, and a Hulk common. And Miguel, if you're still there, what day did you say you're coming in? Oh, man, I thought you were coming. All right. Well, good luck with that, but we'd love if you would have showed up. All right, so number 14. People that until you go to the cup, you really don't understand what the cup is about and how different it is in a very good way from going to a convention and from other events. It's a very different kind of feel, and a lot of people will tell you it's their favorite event that they go to. Demon common, Emil Blonsky common, Moon Knight rare, Yelena common, and Runa uncommon. Wednesday. What time Wednesday? What time will you? I know Dennis is coming in Tuesday. I know you're flying in on Wednesday, so you'll be I guess going checking in and coming straight there. Now see, here's a figure that somebody tried to get everybody to pick for the bounty figure, but nobody listened, and so somebody could have been winning the bounty right now if they would have listened. We got a tracksuit common, a Baby Groot common, a Harrow uncommon, Layla El Flacoy uncommon, and a Porcupine super rare. Don't remember who named Porcupine, but somebody did pop off Porcupine right off the bat. 2 p.m. All right, you're good. That'll give you enough time to get settled in and come over and relax, family. 6 is a little close. I don't know if you guys are planning on playing in the event that night, but you'll have to hustle. Well, I mean, if you just check in the hotel and head right over, pretty much you'll be just fine. The airport to the hotel is about a 20-minute drive, but the hotel from to the store is a 5-minute walk or a 1-minute drive, however you want to look at it. All right, so we got if you're staying at the hotels that's if you're staying at the hotels near the store. I know some people are getting Airbnbs. All right, so we got a Ronin rare, a Wrecker uncommon, a Moon Knight common, a Layla Decoy uncommon, and a Baby Groot common. So we still got some stuff to pull. We're still looking for our first prime of the night. And we should have at least a couple more super rares in here. Maybe the chase. Maybe Kevin. Maybe Kevin is lurking. Cool. All right. So number 17. We got a Elena, uncommon, a Kazi, common, Saracen, uncommon, Verusa, rare, and a Demon, common. Okay. The last three boosters look pretty good. Number 18. It's a good hotel. Pretty sure that's where Dennis is staying too. They got a nice little breakfast. Their water that they put out is super duper good. I can tell you that. They put the water out with the fruit and stuff in it. Real good stuff. Okay, so who's got booster number 18? 18, guys. Who's got 18? Speak up if you got it. Anybody? All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. We got a She-Hulk common, a Valentino uncommon, a Maya Lopez rare, a Maya Lopez common, and we got our second chase of the night. We got a Baron Zemo. Has anybody tried to build a team and play with Baron Zemo? He's a pretty crazy figure. I think I've seen somebody pull him but not play him in sealed events. So I don't know. I don't know how building a team. J Major. Of course he did. All right. Going to number 19. Miss Marvel common, Jen Walters uncommon, Wong common, Tracksuit uncommon, and here's the other figure that everybody tried to get nominated for the bounty figure. We got a Werewolf by Night super rare. Last but not least, number 20. I think it's a reach right now, hoping that Kevin's going to be there, but I would be ecstatic if it did. You'll probably see me jump up and do flips and somersaults and all that. I might die in the process, but I still will try. And it would be really cool if we got a Kevin right now. But not a lot of hope here. We do have another super rare, though. So number 20, we go out with a bang. We get another super rare. And we got a Donnie Blaze rare, Mr. Knight common, a Mr. Immortal uncommon, an Emil Blonsky common, and we have a Kate Bishop super rare, which is one of my favorite pieces in the set. So you did good. That's a good play piece. I think it's going to see some play, especially with arrows and all the different things that she can do. I think it's a good piece. Guys, that looks like it's it. I will be seeing some of you guys in just a few days. Which is exciting. We just got to get through the weekend, and I'll be seeing some of you guys right off the bat. Other than that, be looking for, and if you're there, you can still bid next Friday. But I'm looking at probably, most likely, running another Auxxit, another auction on Friday night live at the Rock Cup next Friday night, 1 week, with Dennis, with my buddy, and I think that we have a lot of fun. We're together. It's nice. Brick openings are a lot more fun with two people, and I don't mind doing it by myself, which I obviously do. But with the interaction, it's always a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining. And Dennis does a super great job. I really enjoy doing things with him. If we lived near each other, I think we would be doing a lot of those kind of things together. I would love to do podcasts, and I would love to do live streams with Dennis. He would be my number one choice of doing things together. And we might still can do something like that one day. I may end up planning a podcast with Dennis that we can do two places at once. Me also, Dennis, I can't wait. It's just a few days away. I know you're excited. We'll talk over the weekend because there's a few things we need to talk about. Want to hear about Raul and what happened. But anyways, guys, good night. I enjoyed it. Hope everybody did well. Hope everybody's pleased with their picks. And we shall see you very soon at the Cup, whether it be live or online next Friday. Good night, everybody.